The topic of today is very interesting because we see overseas teams, especially the likes of Australia, England, they are split captaincies. And we talk about India, who have recently made this through the likes of Hardik Pandya or Suryakumar Yadav for the T21, Rohit Sharma being in the ODI. Now Test has gone to Shubman Gill. So at the moment, we have three different captains for three different formats. First of all, I want to know, starting with Orko, as short as possible, are you in for this split captaincy, or do you think it should be one format for all?
Well, I'm definitely in for split captaincy because there are certain players earmarked for certain formats and they find it comfortable to thrive in such formats. So you need to keep some specialists for each format. So totally in for split captaincy.
So you're in for split captaincy. Over to you, Paji. Are you also in the same page?
Yes, exactly. I agree with Dr. Ko. We should have a split captaincy because ideally the Indian team is they are saying they are making a stopgap arrangement because we saw in T20 World Cup 2024, Rohit was leading the team, though Hardik and Surya Kumar led the team whenever it was required. But I guess split captaincy should be a way forward with so much cricket and all. And other thing is we should I don't mind specific team for a specific format. We don't need
Correct.
to have all the players playing three format.
And I'm not
We
sure. Was
don't
it
need to
Mitchell Stark who said
force
that
anything.
India have the capabilities of having three teams in three different formats and still win it?
Yes, definitely, definitely. So it's not necessary to have a three format player every time. If the person is so good to play only T20, so let's not force him to change, alter his game playing, making him play Test cricket and ODI cricket as well.
So will that improve India's performances? Because a young Indian side, we need to keep forward. Gambhir is not liking the word transition. He likes the word young Indian side, which lacks inexperience. We go in that way, as he says. So do you think this will improve India's performances across format, or do you think it will disrupt the playing combination for any of the formats?
No. I guess it will improve the Indian team performance, especially the fielding, because when it's come to T20, the youngsters are more athletic and can field. Because in T20, the game changes in a split second. One ball, 2 overs, a game can totally change. Or one stop for four, or you have caught a ball going for a six, the game can change. It's even in the ODI
Understandable,
also.
but I'm sure Orko has a different point of view when it comes to talking about fielding and the likes of the experienced players who will soon leave the field as well. They were exceptional fielders. Talking about Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and also Ravindra Jadeja.
Well, definitely. I mean, those were stalwarts of the game, not just fielding, what they provided with the bat, with the ball. I think we had the luxury to, have the same set of players for all three formats. But as the game evolves, we know that we need to separate certain players from certain formats. And maybe India would be no exception to that. And with the advent of the IPL and such multiple tournaments in the world, I think we do have the luxury to field, as Paji rightly said, different teams for each format. So definitely we do have players who can play all three formats, but we also need to manage certain players who are specifically fit for certain formats. Like if you talk about like Hardik or Bumrah, they're fitter for the shorter formats. We can't imagine them for a long run in the test format or any format as long as that. So I think that is why being format specific in terms of team management and leadership is pretty crucial here.
It does, but when you talk about the Indian coach as well, Gautam Gambhir, you talk about split captaincy, but there's no splitting the head coach as well. He has to be there in all the three formats. As of now, we take it into account. We might see somebody else, but like so VVS Lakshman or somebody else chipping in any of the formats, maybe wide ball cricket. But if you talk about Gautam Gambhir's record so far for India, if you talk about the T20 ones, he has a stellar record: 13 wins and just 2 losses. Talk about the ODI, he has won a Champions Trophy, so no complaints over there. 8 wins, 2 losses out there. If you talk about the Test one, questions could have arose if India would have lost the test series, but they've done a phenomenal job to draw the test series. I think we used to struggle away from home, and now we are winning or drawing games in places like England or Australia. That's a massive achievement. So for test also, 5 wins but 8 losses. Your thoughts, Orko, when you talk about Gautam Gambhir, the coach? He loves having a young captain so that he can groom him, he can guide him in terms of tactical decisions. Is that one of the reasons why? I'm sorry, but I'm asking, is that one of the reasons why Sharma and Virat Kohli?
Definitely. I mean, very controversial. Again, I know very debatable. As a fan of Indian cricket, we would want them to play as much long as they can. But Gambhir is someone who is considered to be very practical. He always has this approach of promoting youngsters. Even in his KKR team, he used to back young players whom the world never knew. No one expected, Narayan to become a star. No one expected a young Russell to become a star. He used to use youngsters like Kuldeep Yadav, such kind of people. Even Suryakumar Yadav for a brief period was almost the vice captain of the team. But then again, he went to Mumbai Indians and the rest is history. So he's someone who likes to operate in a team management factor. He's not someone who believes in putting starlets or, faces of the team. He believes that the entire team of 11 players can be the face of the team. So I think that's why he believes that be keeping in mind the future, because the older ones would age and would lose form, fitness, or altogether both of them. I think that's why he's promoting someone like Gill, and you can't totally question his school of thought as of now. But in the longer run, I think we will definitely see the value of his moves today.
Definitely, definitely need to give him time. But Paji, you will certainly know this. What is the future of the likes of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, especially in the ODI format? Because we as fans are dreaming of the 2027 World Cup, hoping both of them play. But at the moment, it's Kai who is leading the T20 side, Shuman Gill who is leading the Test side. So both are very, very young and very, very inexperienced in terms of captaincy. Keeping aside Mumbai Indians, the state tournament as well. What about ODI? When Rohit Sharma says thank you very much, is it Shuman Gill who is likely to become that?
I guess, as per the reports and rumors going on, this could happen very soon. You may find Shubman Gill captaining in Australian series as well. Because I believe if you want to make any changes after 6 months or down the line, after 1 year, if Rohit decide I want to hang my boots, then there's no point of making a captain. So
A
if you give
decision
us
should be taken now
right
or
now,
after
because
2027.
October is Australia series. October will be World Cup after 2 years. So at least Shubman, if they are planning to go with Shubman Gill in future for the 2027 ODI World Cup, so at least he needs 1.5 month, 1.5 year, especially. Or you start from the Australian series as well, depending upon what talks are going on between Virat Kohli and
So,
Rohit
so,
Sharma.
so if you're saying that Shubman Gill should be a captain, which certainly makes sure that no Roko, both.
No, I don't believe in. If they are in form, they are fit, and they are making runs. Both are welcome to a team.
They're not making runs anyway. So I think will you expect once again them to play domestic cricket?
So first of all, they have to play the ODI series against Australia, and then they have a time. Then they can obviously play a couple of matches here and there to get the match ready. So India will be playing 27 ODIs
Correct.
in next 2 years. It means seven and you can say 28 games of IPL.
28 games of IPL. Yeah.
The both will be playing. So to get match ready, match fitness, they must need they should be around the team to practice and keep them ready as a match fitness, or they can play the domestic game. There is no harm in playing the domestic cricket to keep match
Fair
ready.
enough.
They don't
Yeah.
need to prove anyone, but they need to get match ready to keep scoring run and keep winning matches for India.
Match ready is something you definitely need to take it into concern. But you also said about young blood fitness is something I think you need to take into concern. You're not talking about Virat Kohli, his fitness is something different. But Rohit Sharma is there. He's a player who can stand in their tong sixes. We all know that, so he doesn't need to define himself. But Orko, when it comes to having opinions as captain, you talk about Suryakumar Yadav, you talk about Hardik Pandya who led the side, you talk about Rohit Sharma who was captain of Indian team as well, all come into the same picture for 2 months as well. They are part of the Mumbai Indians, so they share the same amount of knowledge together. You might not have clashes of opinions. Will we expect that now, considering Gujarat Titans versus Mumbai Indians is clashing, Sky versus Gill?
Well, I don't think that'll happen, because these are big players. They know how to manage their image. They know how to manage their stardom, and certainly do have the ability to manage their egos. And I think with time, they are not new to captaincy in franchise cricket either, because Hardik was in Gujarat with Gill, and now he's in Mumbai. Again, Surya is also not leading Mumbai, but definitely leading the national team. So I think they all know how to categorize their roles and not mix up the roles with the teams in which they play. So I think they are mature enough. They are grown up enough, much grown up than all of us. So I think they certainly have the ability to manage each other's roles and bring such ego clashes in the way.
Definitely, if you're talking about coach captains not having ego clashes among the two we have said, but Paji, similarly, as I said before, a coach doesn't have any break. He has to be in all the three format. As of now, purely Gautam Gambhir is there. So if you're sitting alongside an Ajit Agarkar and deciding a squad, now you have to think about what does Suryakumar Yadav think about a T20 format, what does Shubman Gill think about an ODI and Test format. What planning do you do? Do you go according to what the captain says? That particular captain, I want an attacking side, I want to play fearless cricket, or I want a defensive side, I want to play for a draw. How do you take a decision as a coach?
It has to be a collective decision. It doesn't. It only not only involves Suryakumar Yadav or Shubman Gill. There's a Hardik Pandya. There's a Jasprit Bumrah in the leadership core. When it comes to ODI, there will be KL Rahul.
But
In
in a
T20,
meeting
there will be Hardik
with the
Pandya.
selector, head coach is just the captain represents.
No, no. I'm saying you select the team on the basis of performance and how you
Yeah.
want to shape up the Indian cricket, how you want to play, how you want which template you want to have. Then during the match days and match scenarios, the strategy has to be made among the senior pros as well, leadership as well. That's what my point.
Okay, so that is fine. So you're seeing a collective group of people, including the coach, the captain, the selectors, and also the senior members need to come into account, and they will be betterment of the Indian cricket as well. But how important is workload management for such players? Because you said about having three different formats, three different teams. If you're talking about test format as well, Will the senior players, the likes of Ajinkya Rahane, who says, I'm still ready to play test match cricket? Cheteshwar Pujara is currently in the studio. He can come out anytime you ask him for. Are we seeing senior players coming back anytime soon? Keeping aside Roko.
I guess Ajinkya Rahane might not feature because he's not been selected in the Dulip Trophy team as well. So I guess it's end of road for Ajinkya Rahane, and our young team has
Another
performed well.
legend not getting a farewell?
This has been trend. Last we saw anybody got a farewell was Sachin Tendulkar,
Yeah,
2013. उसके बाद किसी I don't nobody has got a
correct.
farewell. That is a hard done for us as a fans. At least they should give their farewell in India only. They deserve a farewell game in India only, and that has been the case like that, which is disappointing. But as coming back to your point, the young team has done well. That's why I'm also excited with the transition happening in the test team, how our new ODI team will shape up with including Roko. Till what time Roko will play? If they are fit enough, they should continue playing 2027 World Cup, which we all want. They should win. They should win.
Mhm.
India should win that World Cup, and Rohit deserves that because Rohit has that thing. That trophy is missing in his cabinet. But maybe not as a captain, maybe as a player, because they have made lots of sacrifices. Even Sachin
Correct,
Tendulkar at
correct.
one time in 2007, they made Dhoni captain with the senior pros didn't went for T20. Then we see what happened in 2011. Sachin was a part of team, and his dream got fulfilled. His wish got fulfilled. His dream came reality. So there's no harm playing as a player unless and until you are contributing for Team India in the success. So Test is a different form. ODI is different. We know how champion players were this Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. They used to win the matches. As
True.
far as the ODI team concerned, I don't see any player as of now who can replace them as a match winners.
Correct.
The quality, the experience they bring on the table, that's another thing. But match winners who are there to take responsibility to finish the matches, to take responsibility to score those runs, to big daddy hundreds like that. So ODI team is also like I think they need Roko at least for 1 year. Even if Rohit has his fitness, he can play for 2 years. Virat Kohli is a must for 2027 World Cup, as per my opinion.
Virat Kohli is a must for 2027 World Cup in terms of fitness and the class he provides. I think Roko should be also. He should be my captain in the 2027 World Cup. Correct me if you disagree, Orko as well. But on the other hand, in terms of format specialist, how does it? How would you putting yourself in the shoes of Shubman Gill? Understandable that Sky doesn't fit into my ODI squad as of now. He certainly is not there in my Test squad. But Shubman Gill has played in a consistent basis in a really good seasons in the IPL. So what would you tell him not to have him in the T20 squad? But I'm hearing rumors that he could be potentially there in the Asia Cup squad.
Well, again, people are mixing up formats. They're seeing the form which he's having in Test cricket, and somehow thinking that it becomes, a sort of a microphone or a mouthpiece to, select him in the T20 side. But that being said, his class, we have seen how he has performed. Not maybe in international T20, but in the IPL, he had a season where he scored around 800 runs. So he's not new to this format or not incapable to perform in this format. And with Gambhir, having that special attachment towards Gill, due to which he promoted him to a position as big as captaincy, that too in a format like Test cricket. I think it'll only be fair that Gill would slowly enter the T20 circuit. But will they give him a role of a deputy? I think that will be a bit too soon because there are certain people
Yeah,
who can be
exactly.
capable deputies, like Hardik Pandya, because Hardik doesn't play all formats. So in T20, you could perhaps look at him as a deputy to someone like Surya as well. But if they believe that Gill should be the deputy here, just like he is in ODI cricket to Rohit Sharma, then again, we are no one to question because, he has the performances in his favor, maybe not in international T20, but in the other formats and also in the recent past in the IPL. So I think that's bound to happen. Those clashes are meant to happen, but these are all big boys, and I think they certainly know how to handle this.
Okay, so according to you as well, you're saying big boys definitely needs to be handled. They shouldn't mix up the formats as well. And final words, and Paji to you in terms of before we wrap up things. That is, Sky, as we said, is the T20 captain. Shubman Gill is our new Test captain. He stays, and we should give him time as well. When Rohit Sharma hangs up his boots, who is your captain for the ODI format? Are you saying Gill should be there? Or are you having a new captain?
So I guess with the way Gill has performed as a captain in Test series, he deserves that go ahead. But I don't mind having putting another name of Shesh
Who's
Iyer.
it?
He has won two trophies. He's won two trophies as well, and he has taken his team to Punjab to finals as well. So Iyer could be a good option as a captain.
Worth the point, I must say, because Shreyas Iyer very underrated, has been out of contract, come back in, has played in the Champions Trophy. So good of a player. I really love the way he bats as well. So thank you so much, Paji. Shreyas Iyer is your thought as your ODI captain in case Shubman Gill is not being thought about. Thank you so much, Orko, as well. Split captaincy, an interesting point of view we have shared from with alongside Arka and Gurpal Paji.
We are building India's smartest cricket community. Subscribe to become a part of it.